that because we have no country,
Yeah.
we have no origin, we have no nationality. We are from the planet Earth, and that's the only that matters about our origins. We are artists, as an artist, we have no nation, you know. So, you know, the concept of countries and nationalities is a preconceived idea placed in our minds. So we don't like to talk about that kind of stuff because it's a false statement. We try to be the more, you know, in the most honest way that we can in our art. So we are from nowhere. That's it. We are from nowhere. We are from here. We are from the third planet, counting from the star sun. So we are from the planet Earth. Like all we are. That's it. I don't know if actually it's part of the concept of the band. It's part of the concept of life. Therefore, we try to put that in our music and in our words, you know, in our lyrics. That's our intention, you know, try to be honest in the most, you know, I mean, in the most powerful or the most, you know, honest way. So I do understand that sometimes, you know, when you talk with another person, you use like concepts that you really don't think about it, you know, and there's a lot of perceptions, you know. That's why we try to use mask on stage, because we don't want to the other person, you know, have that type of preconceived or preconcepts, you know, about ourselves. And when you are no one, you are from everywhere, and that means that at the same time you have no origin, and you have no religion, you have no color of your skin, you have no language. So it's like the perception of the people, of the audience. Actually, I think that is more truthful in that sense. It's cool because right now we are on tour with NILE and KRISIUN, and actually in Element, it's not that type of metal music, you know, for sure. It's like we feel that at the same time, I think that we are kind of breaking a small boundary, you know, like there. And there's a lot of people that actually take down, you know, like the guard, and, you know, start like, okay, I'm going to open a little bit, or, you know, their mind, because in Element it's not like technical death metal like NILE or KRISIUN. So in that sense, I think that we are trying to do that what you said, you know, like, okay, there's a preconceived ideas or you know, perception in the metal music, but we are trying to take those boundaries down a little bit, you know. I mean, from the stage, with honesty, with like a cool intention, with cool vibe, you know, we are here to get fun, actually, you know. We are not trying to change the world, we are trying to, you know, just make a good show and have like a relationship with that person that is on the concert, you know, for 30 minutes. We play on London, sold out. We play in Berlin, awesome venues. Yesterday in Nantes was amazing. The cool thing is that, you know, we are playing at really cool venues. As an artist, is one of the coolest things that you can do, right? The sound is cool. The promotion has been great. We are playing around, like, in average, like 300 or 400 people. So that's a good amount, I would say, you know, for our style of music, and just being, I would say, the first, you know, European tour that we are doing. So for sure it's been awesome. I mean, and the guys from NILE and KRISIUN and all the supporting bands, you know, there's a really cool, you know, friendship and relationship with the other bands. So we are really thankful for that.
Yes, and today is playing in France.
Yeah, so Paris, yes,
amazing.
It's amazing. I mean, I always wanted to play here. Like 10 years ago, we did this European tour with another lineup, but in Element still. We were on tour with Negura Bunget, that is a kind of death metal, not death metal, black metal band from Romania. We were about to play here in Paris, but the tour were canceled for, you know, logistic things or whatever. So it was like pending a signature for me and for us, and right now we are, you know, here. So we are really, really, really happy about it. I don't know, the first week was kind of hard. It's until your body get used to that rhythm, you know, yes, in the daily basis, and kind of the food as well. It's that change, you know. It's like because you are used to, you know, your routine at your home. So you wake up, you work, you go to the gym, blah, 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 you get lunch, everything is kind of set up, right? So when you are on tour, everything is dynamic. Everything changes all the time. And every time that you are in a new venue, in a new concert, you have a new problem to solve every single day. So that's kind of, there's some tension, there's some stress. But hopefully, we're thankful because we have a really an amazing crew on this tour. The guy from NILE, the crew from NILE, the crew from KRISIUN, they are helping us, a lot. So the first week was kind of tough, until you get used to that rhythm, and the jet lag, disappear and that kind of stuff. And I think that after that, it's like just when you go over the first week or when you are starting to work out or going to the gym, like your body get used to that. And right now I feel well. I don't know about yourself.
I feel in this moment
Yeah.
take the ring, no?
We haven't feel, we are eating, that's cool. We are not drinking a lot, that's another thing. And we are sleeping around 5 hours a day.
5 hours, yeah.
And so that's enough, I don't know if we can request more at this point. It's a new album. It's called Victory or Defeat, and has been released like a month ago, like a month and a half, through M&O Music here from France. And it's our 5th album, I think. And yeah, it's an album. It's like a short album because it has seven songs. But nowadays it's like the albums from the 90s and the 2000s, they used to be like really longer. And right now it's like, half an hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So our latest album was 35 minutes and it was kind of okay. The idea wasn't, we didn't have the idea to do an album from the beginning. It was just really a couple of singles. But we were on the pandemic and we kind of, we were on the rhythm of, composing and writing and recording because we have our own studio. So we're just, in that vibe, and suddenly, without notice, we were just, with 7 songs, and we say, okay, it's an album. So let's just release it, and that's it.
The sound is very good. So you recorded by yourself, and you did everything from recording to mastering?
No, we recorded. I was a producer. I recorded in my home studio my album. I used to do that with all the Elements albums. So I kind of, produce or co-produce the albums and record the guitars, vocals in my studio. Some of the vocals are recorded in another studio, just to kind of that different vibe, to it. And the co-producer of this album was Martin Meracho. He's from Argentina, and he did the mix and the digital mastering. And then we did another mastering, analogic mastering for the vinyl in a studio called Nave de Osberg. And so it was we worked with a different type of artists for this album, so it was awesome in that sense. Yeah. We say all the time on the stage, we are going to play a song that it sounds like a cover, but it's not a cover. But it sounds like it. No, but it's not a cover. What happened with that song is that I wrote that song entirely, from beginning to end. And the only melody that I had for that song was the chorus. So I recorded the whole thing, and then I said, okay, I'm going to record the chorus because it's the only melody that I had. So I was in my studio, and I pressed rec, to record. And every time that I press record to record that melody of that vocal that I already had on my mind, I don't know why I started to sing, I can feel it coming. And I tried for like a half an hour, right? So I said, fuck it, man. If the universe wants me to record that fucking melody, I'm going to do it. So actually, the only part that we took from that popular song In the Air Tonight was actually the word. I don't know if actually it's in the same cadence or the same melody. I really don't know. But every time that I tried to record that, I was singing that. I don't know why. So many things happened after that song because I just used that part and then on the verse, I just write the new lyrics and the whole thing. Nothing is related to that song, to the In the Air Tonight, the Phil Collins song, besides that portion that is, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. So, I don't know if actually it's a cover. Technically speaking, it's not, but any person that actually
It's like an
hear,
influence.
yeah. But obviously, we put the title In the Air Tonight because any people would believe that it's, like a cover. So I don't know. I just leave it to the perception of the audience. If you feel like it's a cover, it's a cover. But I can tell you that wasn't the intention at all to be a cover.
Sound like a cover, but
It sounds like a cover, but it's not a cover. Well, there's a few. There's different, I would say, topics, but the main topic is what I tried to express for the last two albums. That is the real war that is happening here. That is not that type of war that we think that is happening or they are trying to make us believe. The real war that is happening, endless, from eternity, is the war of duality between love and hate. So we are dealing between, those extremes, I would say. So the album talks about in that situation when you are between, love and hate. Right in the middle, you would find different feelings,
Duality.
that duality, right? So you would find fear, you would find empathy, you would find hatred, and how we, not only as a society, but as a spiritual being, like a consciousness, as a soul, in this physical experience that we are living, how we manage to, be dealing with that. So, for example, the last song that we are also playing on live, that is called Fear is the Virus. It's related to, what happened on the pandemic, the virus. I think that the real virus is fear. Not now, but, for the sake of time, But obviously there are some intentions to increase the fear in our society because it's a way to control us. And that fear, actually, what is creating is just a war between us, and we are killing each other. So that's every time, in every single concert, that's what I'm saying. We are killing each other because we have fear, and we have fear to be ourselves. So in the end, every single lyric that, well, maybe there's another song that is called I Will Break Your Neck, that is not related to anything because I was angry and I was writing that song for someone else that I was like, I will break your neck, motherfucker,
feel angry is
Yeah, angry is a part of, life in that sense.
Yes.
But, I was thinking that fear actually doesn't exist. What does exist is the lack of love. Fear is like another perception, and hate is another perception, because the only way to fill that void of space of love is with love, but we kind of interpret that as a fear. So in the end, I was writing a lot about the different perception that we have, and the lack of honesty, and how fear kind of try to manage all in that sense. So yeah, I don't know if it makes sense, but that was what I was trying to put on words. Tramera, yeah, and right now, like the trap music in United States, South America, I'm not sure here in Europe, but it's kind of on the wave, it's on vogue. So what we were trying to do on this album was to try some type of beats and sequence related to that style, I consider that NILE has his own personality. Yesterday we were talking about that with the guys from KRISIUN. So when you have your own personality, it's kind of difficult to define as just one genre of music, right? I would say that we are between bands like Fear Factory and some melodic things, or like death melodic, like the all the stuff from In Flames, or maybe Dark Tranquility and that kind of stuff. But we put some another ingredients to that is kind of those type of beats and auto tune voices sometimes. So that's why we were joking about that. We said okay, it's like trap metal because it's trap, for kind of the sound to it. Obviously we are playing metal music, so that kind of I think that actually I like that definition. I think that is cool to have it.
Crossover.
Yeah, it's like a crossover, and actually I don't think that
Gender
is
fluid.
yeah gender fluid. Yeah, and besides that, I don't think that is totally mistaken because we have that type of things from those two styles.